सो हेलो नमस्कार टू द ऑल केमिस्ट्री लवर्स, डॉक्टर्स एंड इंजीनियर्स ऑफ द नियर फ्यूचर। मैं विजय कुमार सोनी आपका हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं केमिस्ट्री वाला चैनल में रिगार्डिंग टू केमिस्ट्री। In previous video, we have discussed about the a lot of just function group and groups also as a alkane. First, number two as alkyne. Number three is your just first is your alkane, second is your alkene, third is your alkyne, fourth is your polyene, fifth is your polyine, sixth is your alkenine, seventh is your carboxylic acid, eighth is your acyl chloride, ninth is your amide, 10th is your ester, 11th is your important anhydride, and 12th is your aldehyde. Now we'll go with the very important function group, that is the 13th function group known as ketone. So this is the 13th function group known as ketone. If we'll go with the ketone, then ketone is also just carbonyl compound because of this is the, as we have discussed in previous video, this is carbonyl group, and whenever these two free valency of the carbon adjusts alkyl group, then those are known as just ketones. So this is the R and R at the free valency of the carbon atom. If we'll go with the just another way to represent, then it can be represented as follows also, RCOR. If we'll go with the suffix, then suffix for the just ketone will be your ONE. It's not one its own. So if we'll go with this type of the ketone, then we have discussed there are two types of the ketone like this. This is the CO and R. If both alkyl group are same, R is equals to R dash, then those are known as symmetrical or simple ketone. And if both are different, if R is not equals to R dash, then that is called as asymmetrical, or you can say mixed ketone. Asymmetrical or mixed ketone. If we go with the example, then we can take as a CS3 CO, and this is the CS3 as an example. This is the symmetrical ether, both are same. And if we'll go with the asymmetrical ether, then we can take as example just your CS3CO. This is your C2H5. So this was about the just your symmetrical and asymmetrical ketone. If we'll go with the example as a practice, then we can take first compound as it is. This is the CS3. This is your CO. This is the CS3. Second compound we can take CS3. This is your, you can take CO, CS2, CS3. This is the, you can take third compound as a CS3. This is the CS2. This is the CO. This is the CS2, and this is the CS3. If we'll go with the further, that is very important compound. That is the CS3CO, CS2. This is the Br. If we'll go with the further, then fifth compound we can take as follows. This is the CS3. There may more than one ketone like this, CS2CO, and this is the CS3. If we'll go with the further sixth compound, then we can take over here. This is the sixth compound is your CS3 CO. This is the CO. It's not anhydride because of for the anhydride it should be just O also. The next ketone is your, we can take complex chain के साथ में like this CS3, and this is the CO, and this is the CS3. Now the eighth compound we can take your CS3, CCS3. This is the CS3. This is the CO. This is the CCS3, and CS3 and CS3. If we'll go with the ninth compound, then we can take as a CS3, CO. This is the CS2, C6S5. We can take 10th compound as a CS3, CO. This is the C6S5. This is the 11th compound as a bond line structure. This is the like this. This one double bond. If we'll go with the 12th compound, then we can take over here as a 12th compound. This is again your bond line structure. We can take as follows. This is the CO. So this was about the just practice of the just you can say ketone. If we go with the nomenclature, then we can take the name as follows. Here's the longest possible chain is as follows. We'll count the chain from that side, which side the function group gets less marking. From the left at number 2, from the right at number 2. So we can count the chain from any side. So the name, there are 3 carbon in chain, so it will be prop single bond N. At number 2 position there is on. So this is propane to on. If you go with this compound, then it exists 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbon. There are 4 carbon in chain, so it will be but single bond N. At number 2 position there is function group on. If we go with the next compound, then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There are just 5 carbon in chain. So we will call it pent. At number 3 position there is on and there is single bond in the between the carbon atom. So it will be pent N. Over the 3 position it will be on, pentane 3 on. For this we will count the chain from this side because function group is from the left and right at number 2 position, but the subsequent is present at the number 1 position. So it is also called as just 1 bromo propane 2 on. It is also known as tear gas. Tear gas. If we'll go with the common name of tear gas, then it is also called as, this is the star mark. It is also called as bromoacetone. If we'll go with the further compound, then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. So it will be pent single bond N. At number 2 position, at number 4 position, there is 2 function groups. So we can write 2, 4 dione. We will terminate the E of on. So it will be only dion. If we'll go with the further compound, then here is the 4 carbon atom in the chain 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it will be butane 2, 3 dione. 2, 3 dione will be the name of compound. There may more than just 2 also, then that will be as a trione, tetraone, pentaone. If we'll go with the further, then this is the 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the name of compound will be 3, 3 dimethyl. 3, 3 dimethyl. There is 4 carbon in chain, butane 2 on will be the name of compound. For this, the longest possible chain is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can count from the left side also. So it will be 2, 2. This is your 4, 4. Tetramethyl. There are 5 carbon in chain. So pent single bond N. At number 3 position there is on. For this it will be counting from this side. So at number 1 position there is phenyl. So this is the 1 phenyl and this is the propane 2 on will be as the name. Now the next compound is your 1 and 2 compound. So this is called as phenyl, or you can say 1 phenyl also. And there are 2 carbon in chain. So it is called as ethanone. For the bond line structure, we can take the carbon over the terminal carbon atom. At the position will be as follows. This is the CH3. This is the CH3. This is H. H2 valence. This is the S2. This is the H. This is the S3 and this is the S3. Longest possible chain will be as follows: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting is same from the both side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. At number 2 position there is methyl. At number just you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be your 6 carbon atom and this will be your 7 carbon atom. So at number 2 position there is methyl. At number 6 position there is methyl. So 2,6 dimethyl. 2,6 dimethyl and the 7 carbon, so it will be have to single bond N. At number 4 position there is on, so it will be 4 on, the name of compound. For this it will be carbon like this, carbon, carbon and carbon. 3 carbon atom, 2 carbon atom, 2, 3, 2, 3, This is the 2, this is the 2, and this is the 3. Counting will be from that side, which side the just function group get less marking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Over the number 5 position, there is 2 ethyl. So you will call it just 5,5 diethyl, 5,5 diethyl, 5,5 diethyl. After then, there is a 7 carbon chain. So it will be have to single bond in. At number 3 position, there is the ketonic group, so 3 on the name of the compound. So this was about the 13 function group as a ketone, and you have to learn about the tear gas also, bromoacetone. It is also called as lacrimal compound because it activates to the lacrimic gland which are present in our eyes. Those are also called as tear glands. Now the time to discuss about the 14 function group that is too important as a cyanide. It is again carbon contains a function group similar to which we have discussed in previous, like carboxylic acid, amide, ester, anhydride, aldehyde, ketone, so on. उसी की तरह आपको CN का साइनाइड का भी कार्बन काउंट करना है and similar nomenclature है. And after the completion of monofunctional, we will go with the polyfunctional IPSC also. So get ready. And after the nomenclature of open chain hydrocarbon, we'll go with the closed chain hydrocarbon as an aromatic and aliphatic also. So this is the 14 function group. 14 function group as a you can say cyanide. This is the cyanide. It is denoted by just C triple bond N, or you can denote it CN also. It's a cyanide is a very toxic compound. इसका टेस्ट अभी भी डबल एस के बीच में फंसा हुआ है. पर्टिकुलर पोटेशियम साइनाइड आपके पास में ज़्यादा टॉक्सिक होगा. If we'll go with the just suffix, then regarding to just cyanide, we can use nitrile as a suffix. Nitrile, not nitrite, it is nitrile. So if we'll go with the compound, then we can take first compound as a CS3CN. This is the second compound, CS3CS2CN. If you want to go with the complex compound with the side chain, then we can take this one also, CS3 and C. This is the CN. Further, we can take the fourth compound as a more substituent like this, CS3. This is the CS3. This is the CN. There may more than one function group like this CN. This is the CN. There may following 6 compound as ClCN, cyanogen chloride also, the common name. If we'll go with the further, then this is the 7th compound. We can take with the just more than one substituent as a 2 function group. Just 8th compound we can take your CS2, CH, this is the CS2, this is the CN, CN, and this is the CN. If we'll go with the further, then 9th compound we can take with a lot of side chain as follows: CS3, CCS3, this is the CS3, this is the CS2 and CN. If we'll go with the 10th compound, then we can take this is the CS3, CCS3, CN, this is your CS3, this is the CN, and this is the CS3. This is the 11th compound. As 11th compound, we can take CS3, this is the CN, this is your CBr, and this is the CS3, and this is the CS3. As a 12 compound, we can take bond line structure also. This is as follows: like this. This is the triple bond and this is the N. So regarding to the name of these compound, first of all we'll go with the number of carbon atom. Here's the 2 carbon atom. It's need not to give the position of function group because of it will always present at the number 1 position because of it's a carbon containing function group. There are 2 carbon in the chain, so you will call it each single bond N. This is the nitrile. So the name of compound will be ethane nitrile. There are 3 carbon atom in the chain, so you will call it propane nitrile. Propane nitrile will be the name of compound. For this, it will be the chain. Over the number 2 position, there is methyl, so 2 methyl. 2 methyl, there is 3 carbon in chain, so propane nitrile will be the name of compound. For this, it will be 1, 2, 3. Over the number 2 position, there are 2 methyl, so 2, 2 dimethyl. 2, 2 dimethyl, there is 3 carbon in chain, so propane nitrile. If we'll go with the further, then 1 and 2 carbon atom. There are 2 carbon atoms, so it will be each single one present. That's why N 1,2 dinitrile. Nitrile. If we'll go with this compound, then it adjusts chloro over the number 1 carbon atom. So we can call it chloro. There is 1 carbon atom, so it will be each single one N and it will be nitrile. For this, it will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. It will be 4 carbon atom in the chain, so but single bond N, and at number 1 position and 4 position there is dinitrile. So butane 1,4 dinitrile. For this it will be 1, 2, and 3. This is the propane. Propane 1, 2, 3 tri carbonitrile because carbonitrile nitrile because it exists carbon atom, and if we'll count these two then it will be leaving. तो इसलिए पर्टिकुलर हर एक CN को ही आपको लीव कर देना है, चेन को स्ट्रेट ले लेना है. Now for this it will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Over the number 3 carbon atom there are 2 methyl, so 3, 3 dimethyl. 3, 3 dimethyl. There is 4 carbon in chain, so you will call it butane, and nitrile will be the suffix for the compound. If we'll go with the 10th compound, then we can take the chain 1, 2, 3 and 4. Over the number 2 position there are 2 methyl, so 2, 2 dimethyl. It will be again your 3, 3. So there are 4 methyl, so it will be tetramethyl. Tetramethyl 2, 2, 3, 3 tetramethyl. It will be butane. It will be butane 1, 4 dinitrile. Dinitrile. For this, we can take the chain as follows 1, 2, 3 and 4. Over the 3 position, there is 3 bromo. 3 bromo. Over the number 2 position, there is 2, 2. Just over the number 3 position, there is 3 trimethyl. Trimethyl. There are 4 carbon in the chain, so you will call it butane nitrile. Butane nitrile will be the name. These are the carbon atom like this. These are the carbon atom. On balancing, it will be CS3. CS3, this is the H, this is H, CS3, this is the CS2. Counting of the chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Or the number 3 position there is methyl, number 4 position there is also methyl. So you will call it 3, 4 dimethyl, 3, 4 dimethyl, and there are 4 carbon in chain, so you will call it pentane nitrile. Nitrile will be the suffix. So this was about the next function group as a 14th function group known as nitrile or cyanide. Now the time to discuss about the next important function group as a 15th function group. You can say function group isomer of the cyanide also. What is the mean of isomer? It's not a new word for you because of you have discussed in 10th standard also, having same molecular formula with the different physical and chemical properties. Those are known as just isomers. So if we'll go with this, then the next function group is your isocyanide. So this is the 15th function group as a isocyanide. This is the 15th function group as a isocyanide. This is the isocyanide. Regarding to it, the structure will be as follows. Here will one of the coordinate bond, and it can be represented as follows also. What is the meaning of coordinate bond? Means nitrogen donates its lone pair to the carbon atom to complete the octet. Now we'll go with the suffix regarding to 15 function group. Here will just isonitrile as a suffix. Isonitrile will be the suffix. You can, if you are confused, then you can see it as follows: nitrile. So this was about the suffix. Now the time to discuss about the just structures. We can take as follows: CS3. This is the NC. This is the second compound CS3. This is the CH2. This is the NC. You can take as follows: CS3. This is the CH. This is the NC. This is the CS3. This is your fourth compound. You can take CS3. This is the CS3. This is the CS3, and this is your NC. If you will go with the seventh compound, then CS3, CCS3. This is the NC. This is the CCS3. This is your NC. This is the CS3. If you will go with the next compound, then sixth compound is your, you can take CS3. This is the CCl. This is the NC. Here is your Br. This is the NC, and this is the CS3. Seventh compound we can take as follows: CS3. This is your CS3. This is your NC. This is your CCS3 and CS3 and CS3. If we'll go with the further, then we can take, this is the eighth compound. Eighth compound will be your CS3. This is the CS3. This is your CH3. This is your CS3. This is the NC. This is the CS3 and CS3 and CS3. This was regarding to the eighth compound. Ninth compound we can take over here because of there is less number of the isocyanate compound. So this is the CS3, CS3. This is your CS3, CS2 and NC. If we'll go with the name can be given as follows. Here's the one carbon atom. We can't use this kind of the function group as a counting because of there is nitrogen at the mid of the chain. इस चेन में नाइट्रोजन बीच में आ रहा है कार्बन को काउंट करने में, इसलिए पर्टिकुलर इसको हम काउंट नहीं करेंगे, केवल यही कार्बन चेन होगी. तो यहाँ आपके पास में वन कार्बन है, सो इट विल बी मीट सिंगल वन प्रेजेंट है तो एन, और ये हो जाएगा आइसोनाइट्राइल. आइसोनाइट्राइल आपके पास में सफिक्स हो जाएगा. देयर आर टू कार्बन एटम, सो इट विल बी इथेन आइसोनाइट्राइल. आइसोनाइट्राइल क्योंकि दोनों की में पोजीशन नंबर 1 पे है. अगर बात करें इस चेन की तो आपको चेन में यू नहीं जाना है 1 2 3 या 1 2 3 क्योंकि इसका कार्बन काउंटेबल नहीं है, तो आपको तो उधर से काउंटिंग करना है जैसे लेस मार्किंग के लिए. सो दिस इज द राइट वे. सो द नेम विल बी प्रोपेन 2 आइसोनाइट्राइल. प्रोपेन 2 आइसोनाइट्राइल. For this 1 2 3 or the number 2 position there is methyl, so 2 methyl, 2 methyl, propane 2 isonitrile, propane 2 isonitrile, isonitrile. If I go with this, then 1 2 3 and 4 carbon in the chain, or the number 2 position and number 3 position there is dimethyl, so it will be 2 3 dimethyl, Here is the 4 carbon in chain butane, butane 2,3 diisonitrile, diisonitrile. If I'll go with the further, then this is the counting chain will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will count the chain from that side, which side the substituent alphabetically is more pri. So bromo is more pri. So the name of compound will be your 2-bromo. This is the 2-bromo. Here is the 3-chloro. 3-chloro. There is 4 carbon in chain, so butane. At number 2 position and 3 position there is function group, so you will say diisonitrile. Diisonitrile will be the name of compound. For this 1, 2, 3 and 4, over the number 2 position there is methyl, over the number 3 position there is a methyl. So 2, 3, 3 trimethyl. This is the trimethyl. There is 4 carbon in the chain, so you will say butane, 2-isonitrile. 2-isonitrile will be the name. If we'll go with the further, then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbon in the chain. Over the number 2 position there is methyl, over the number 2 position there is another methyl. 3 there is third methyl. 4 and 4 there are 2 methyl, so it will be the pentamethyl. This is the pentamethyl. If we'll go with the chain, then there is the 5 carbon in the chain, so pentane pentane 3 isonitrile. This is the pentane 3 isonitrile will be the name of compound. For this the chain is 1, 2, 3. So over the number 2 position there is 2, 2 dimethyl, 2, 2 dimethyl, propane isonitrile, because isonitrile is present over the number 1 position. So this was about the next function group as a 15 function group as a IUPAC nomenclature system of open chain hydrocarbon. इसी सीक्वेंस में आपसे फिर से मुलाकात होगी नेक्स्ट वीडियो में एक नए टॉपिक के साथ में पर्टिकुलर आईयूपीएसी नोमेनक्लेचर सिस्टम में ही। तब तक के लिए शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद। यही विश्वास जताते रहिए। नो डाउट एक दिन कारवा जरूर बनेगा पर्टिकुलर, और आपसे यही कहूंगा कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करें। तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद, शुक्रिया।